So I'm inside Black Tower right now, and I'm in the corridor section. So that's first boss. This should be second boss. This should be third boss. So don't ask how I got here. Doesn't matter. The idea is this place. Now we are in this section here. This is the place where the Iruga kind of boss spawns. After you kill the last mob in this area, you will have a boss that looks like Iruga from what's it called? Asura spawn. He will have the same attack patterns and some bonuses. Now, the entire mechanic of this place is need to DPS down the boss, get him onto the soul separation phases, that is 80, 60, 40 and 20% HP, or at least pass one of those in order to get the mechanic starting as soon as the boss finishes his rotation. Very important, because he will not just skip shit. And that's good, because he will need to do soul separation during the phase when lasers come close to you. Remember, this place has lasers. It's annoying. One-shot you. Even though you can iframe them, but they come in waves, and the waves are really close. So as soon as you finish your iframe, you're kind of fucked, because you don't have infinite iframes. So mechanics are a must. That is not a problem, because the mechanic is just face rolling DPSing the boss. The boss usually spawns onto the top side next to the exit. I mean exit, because that's the entrance. So going uphill. Conclusion. Conclusion. Fucking shit, I didn't say anything. I'm going conclusion. So yeah, basically DPS the boss, get it under 80%, like minimum 80% or lower. Just burn it. Just do whatever you can to just kill it fast. Once he does his rotation and you are past 80%, you will be seeing like black beams of lasers thingies coming towards you, like from the opposite side of where you are fighting the boss. It is highly recommended you are sitting, like imagine the boss being onto like this spot where I'm here. Okay, this is where boss is. Well, actually it's not where exactly the boss is, but let's say the boss is right in this place. Try to stay parallel with the boss, if not beyond the boss. In other words, if by any chance you're not able to make him do whatever mechanic he needs to do, like whatever attack he needs to do fast enough, just try to stay the farthest away possible so you do not get hit by the laser until you get into soul separation. Everyone on the party will get into soul separation. On soul separation, you the boss will stay a bit on the spot, and like about 3 to 5 seconds later he will jump to the opposite side, like at almost the same distance from the wall, and he will throw 2 balls. Regardless of how fast you get back to the boss, he will always throw 2 balls. It's similar to the balls that are thrown in Gloomdraws, but there's a twist to them. Get twisted. Anyways, the Gloomdraws joke. The idea is it has a multiple mechanic. It is like a combination between Gloomdraw's ball animation and the what should I call it? Flaming blades on fire phase on Asura. When technically you get targeted, then Asura throws a blade at you, puts it into the ground, then spawns like a puddle there. Okay, this is similar, but it combines the two things. It doesn't throw a blade at you. The ball that the boss throws at you is the trigger for the puddle under you. In other words, where you get hit by the ball, it will spawn the puddle. In other words, do not get close to the boss and place puddles next to the boss, because that will kill the entire party. Okay? Now, how can you control the positions of that thing? Like, imagine this is a DT, Desolated Tomb, okay? So you do not want puddles next to boss. It's a no. Okay, the DT puddles are kind of lava-ish, really easy to see. These puddles are more like this, but with a bit more red. Like it's this thing with a bit more red, and about, like, look at the maximum animation on this thing. Okay, about that big, kind of ish, that big, like 8 meter diameter slash radius. No idea how it's calculated, if it's radius or diameter. I think it's diameter. So 8 meters in diameter, and it will spawn when you get hit. So not earlier. Don't try to iframe it, because if you're trying to iframe it and you get hit and you move away, it will spawn where you stopped. Sorry, my voice cracked. And that is not good, especially if you are not in the right position. The right position that I kind of figured out is the right position. Calculating stuff, boring, is first phase. You fight the boss, then you go, like when you cross, you go to the side, like next to the wall. That will assure that this radius about here is the maximum where the puddle will be, because half will be in the wall and half will be outside. So you're halving the space needed for the puddle to be in, first of all. Second of all, do not walk sideways. That will make the second ball go towards the center. So you will need to get hit and walk forward, get hit and walk forward. Now, I have no idea how the targeting system works on this. I do not know if the tank will get hit or if any random player gets hit. I have no idea if you will get hit twice or if he will target someone else, because I never got targeted, so I have no idea, because I have no ideas. So, regardless of that, general rule, everyone walks to sides. I said sides, not side. That means if you are closer to this part, like if you're closer to the right side, you go on to the right side. If you are closer, like if you're closer to this side, you go this side. If you're closer to that side, you go that side. So it doesn't actually matter which side, just go next to the wall. Easy. Like you have stuff lined on the ground, for fuck's sake. Frick's sake, whatever. I didn't say fuck, never mind. So you just got this. Just follow the lines. Once you follow the line and you get 1 hit, 2 hit, then you can SS out of the DPS, out of the puddle, and continue DPS in the boss really fast. So you get in the next phase. After you get in the next phase, oh wait, before any phase or during any DPS phase, there will be a moment when the boss will be CCable. Knockdown is a must. Don't stun, don't daze, don't do anything. Knockdown is a must. Everyone got knockdowns, just knock down the boss. That's very, very important. You need to knock down the boss. After you knock down the boss, you continue DPSing a bit. He will do his soul separation thing, everything goes blue. You need to cross again, boss will jump. Now that you have the puddle on this area, you will have like all this space, like on the edge of the puddle where the other puddle was, like passage, like it should be like right in the middle of the brick way. So this is brick way, this is like wall way. I'm just gonna call it that because that's the ground animation, the ground graphics. So you need to pass this way. Again, waiting about on mid side so you do not have problems with stuff landing next to boss. Again, do not gap close immediately to the boss. Don't run like a freaking I do not know what, just jumping on the boss. Do not do that. It's really bad. You know what happens on Asura hard mode pre-patch when someone, for example a cat, got the debuff phase and puddles would spawn underneath boss and you had only melee except that summoner in the party? Let me think. No DPS phase for a while because you would not be able to get close to it and you would go into flower phase or fire phase again. Very annoying. So do not, in this case you kill the party because people would not notice the red, like they will not notice this under the boss if it's friendly or enemy because it's like almost the same animation. So you will not, if you have like two destroyers or two KFMs in, they will have like a puddle under the boss, the same color, the same size as a puddle that would damage you. So you do not know if that puddle is good or bad. So you get F overed, okay? It's really bad. Do not do that. Just wait for it. Like waiting 5 seconds will, doing less damage gets you do more damage, okay? Less damage equals more damage. 5 seconds of not doing damage will make you do more damage and finish the phase. If you try to do more damage, you do less damage because you die and need to do everything again. So less damage is good. Okay? Now, once you walk back onto brick, once you landed those on mid, you fight it here. Repeat the same thing. Knock down. It has like, I do not remember how many, I think 8 or 10 knockdown bars. So you need to knock him down a lot and in sync and do not fuck up. After that, you would have, in theory, if everything went wrong and you had one on left and one on right hit each time, you would have like puddles up to this point right here and this point right here, up like that direction and in that direction. So you would have still mid perfectly clear. So you need to pass this time on middle and do the same thing, make them land on middle. Once you get back to boss and start fighting him, that was like 1, 2, 3. So this was like the third one. That means you passed 40% if you did 3. And now you have just one left, the 20% jump. If your DPS is slow and if you did not skip stages. Because if you skip stages, he just jumps 3 times. If you skip a lot of stages, he just jumps 2 times. If you are a whale, he will just jump once. So, actually not a whale. If you have a whale party, different. Like a full geared whatever party, he will jump like once, and that should be about it because you managed to DPS him during his rotation phase. So, yeah. Considering you are slow DPSing and he will jump on the 20% phase, 80% phase would clear out. So this puddle here on this area here should be cleared out considering the time it took you to actually kill everything here. So like make him jump all those times. So you should be able to pass again next to the wall. Easy. No one gets burned, no one gets low HP, everyone is happy. This is all I have to say for this phase. Again, corridors, this place here and this place there. Same thing, same story. Boss will die as a Kenangan in Asura. Again, reference to Asura. Bosses will go to 1% HP. These are linked bosses, so both bosses need to die at the same time. You cannot see the HP of the boss on the other side because they are not close enough to link the HP bars. So you need to have something like Discord or whatever, or just basically DPS them, get to 1 HP, and then just tank it. There's no need for DPSing. You just hold it and tank it until the other party kills it. If, only if you have really high issues, there is one thing that can be done. It's very risky, but it can be done. Burn down one side, and if the other side failed for any reason and you're at 1 HP on your side and they reset it, you can go into fire, kill yourself into fire in game, not in real life, and go to the other side, considering the other side will not have a firewall, so that's an option as well. It is not recommended because whoever is tanking on this side has full responsibility of not dying, and if the tank is not reliable, I do not recommend it. Like, first of all, I highly recommend a KFM tank or a BD tank, not an improvised tank, and I highly recommend a main tank to do that. the boss will just do normal DPS rotation that should be blockable, so there should not be an issue on tanking that. But still, regardless, if you do the phases correctly and if your DPS is average, you would be able to do all the phases, and if you place the balls correctly, you would be able to do the entire thing without dying, because the thing that kills you is the fire and the lasers. So if you get into soul separation, you don't get killed by the lasers, and if you place the balls correctly, you do not get killed by the puddles. So there's nothing that should kill you, so you should be able to do it. Just saying. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. This was like a kind of a rushed video. I had a chance to film here thanks to the run that I did earlier today. We kind of stopped onto this phase. We did not pass the Autobots, the Transformers. So basically we just stopped because it was like kind of late. We started kind of late. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I hope you're not gonna fuck up my runs in the future. These are some videos that you should watch if you want to. Okay, from